Hello, hello. Good Sunday evening or Sunday night, I guess I should say. It's a little later than normal. We were in the process of decorating the Christmas tree. So I said, well, sometimes you have to rearrange the schedule. So we were decorating and just got a few finishing touches left on the tree, and we will be all done. Well, happy Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you've had a good weekend with family and friends and uh, if you couldn't be with them in person, I hope you at least got to talk to them or maybe FaceTime them. We are finishing up our gingerbread house tonight. I did this in two parts. So we're finishing up the gingerbread house. And what I am attempting to do is find the picture that I took. Is that it? Yes, that's it. Okay, good. It's crazy because I posted what time I was going on, and then it's one of those deals where you say you're going to do one thing and then 40 things happen before you can get it done. So that's about where I was. Yeah, we're going to go on at 8:40. And then I looked down and I did not have my mouse. I'm like, oh man. So I had to run and get the mouse. And now I just noticed I don't have the picture that I need. So that way I can remember what I'm doing. All right, so last week, get this turned around a little bit. Last week we started on the gingerbread house and we got the gingerbread part done and we did our icing and there were a few little things that I needed to touch up and do. So I went ahead and I did red for around the door and then of course at the bottom. And I painted our little, I don't know if these are gumdrops or just what these are. I'm going to call them gumdrops. I think they're shaped a little differently, but anyway. So I painted those, did some touch up on the gingerbread part, and now tonight what we're going to do is we're going to finish our candy canes and our peppermints and get all the outlining done and get finished with our gingerbread house. Now, this one is for me. A lot of times when I'm doing things on the live, it's either something that I thought was really, really cute and I wanted to see what it looked like finished, or it's an order. So that's usually how that goes. But this one is for me. I actually have our outdoor lights are kind of gingerbread colored. And so to go along with the gingerbread theme, when I saw the little gingerbread house, I said, oh, yes, I know what's going to go on one of my porch windows. I have if you saw where I posted a picture of our little green truck, and it has the Christmas tree in the background or in the back of it. So that's on the door. And then this is going to go on one of the porch windows. All right, so let's get started. If you're watching, send me a hello or a hi. Let me know you're with me, hanging out with me this evening or tonight. I keep saying this evening because I'm used to doing this earlier. But with the holiday weekend, everything gets shifted around. You know how that goes. All right, so I am going to start with our candy canes, and that's going to take some red. So I'm going to put a little red here. And I am going to get, let's see which one of these brushes. This one. I'm going to get a round brush, and this is the smallest one I have. I think it's like a 2 or a 3. It's the smallest round brush that I have. And so what I'm going to do, see if I can get my paint where it's kind of out of the way. I'm going to get some paint on the brush. And I am going to start with this candy cane. Now I'm just going to make just some red stripes at first, and then wrong one. And then what I'll do is I'll go back and pick out which ones I'm going to fill in. Now, if you wanted them thin striped, you could leave it just like this. Matter of fact, I may go back and make it, instead of making, well, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 5. That would be 5 big stripes. I'm not going to color this in with, I keep dipping in the wrong one because I can't see. Okay, I kind of like the way that looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the lines for the ones I'm going to paint solid. And then that way, I'm going to come back in a few minutes and paint. Yes, I know I'm wearing my candy canes. My daughter's like, do you still have those on your head? Like, yes, I know I still have those on my head.
Just making sure, because I didn't want you to go later and say, oh, she does still have those on my head.
We have antlers that we wear. Well, she has antlers. Mine's actually candy canes. She has antlers that she was wearing earlier while we were decorating the tree.
I can't get it.
All right, try it again. Silly child. All right. So anyway, I have candy canes on the top of my head. Oh, goodness. All right, so all I'm doing here is just making some lines and filling it in a little bit. This is a smaller candy cane, so I'm going to go ahead and fill these in with my round tip brush. Most of the time, I would not use my round tip brush for doing that. I would pick up a little bit. I'm gonna do this one a little different. I'll let him have the end. And he'll be different from the other two. Hey, that worked out pretty good. I ended up with the end done on that one too. Nice. Okay, one more candy cane. And I may do this one. The stripes on this one are kind of wide. I may go back and do some thinner stripes in the middle. So let's see. Let's see if I can get these just a little closer together. Just see how this works out. And then we'll start on our peppermints. Yeah, I think I like those stripes better. Okay, now with this one, I'm going to go ahead and fill these in. I said I wasn't going to do that with the round tip brush, but go ahead and see what I need to do to try to make this little made my stripes too wide on this one. But I think what I'm going to do is go back and add a few stripes, just really thin stripes in between. And that way he'll be a different looking candy cane. There we go. So he's a different looking candy cane. Yay! I think I like that candy cane. All right, now I'm going to keep this same small round tip brush. And what I'm going to do, I just like to check every now and then and make sure everything's still rocking and rolling pretty good. Because if I don't, something will freeze up. It's just the way it works. All right, I'm going to start. This one's called Sweet Mint. I'm going to start with this one. And I think I'm going to do one here. What I'm going to do is just come into the center. Just make a pinwheel look. And then I'm going to fill those in. This will also help me if I discover, oh, that one needed to be a little bit bigger. Then I can make him a little bit fatter just to even it out. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. I know I ate entirely too much, repeatedly, meaning with leftovers. So, all right, I have 3 colors that I'm going to do for my peppermints. I have the sweet mint, and then I have a darker pink that I'm going to do, and then I have this purple that I'm going to do. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 colors that I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to put him here. Not doing too good on my getting my I did okay with getting my center on this one, but man, I got off on my center with this one. See if I can get this straightened up. I may have to start over with this pinwheel because I kind of botched him up. I don't know if I can get him straightened out. I think it's because I'm looking from a distance. All right, 1, 2, 3. So we'd have one more here. See if I can do a better job this time. I think I missed my middle point twice is what happened. And maybe I should be going for 3 instead of 4. So this week, things will be opening back up with the boxes. I'll have slots open again for the Christmas paint party box. I'll also be working on some Christmas door hangers. All right, I'm going to do the pink next. And this is cotton, no, this is carousel pink. I'm sorry. This is cotton candy pink. And this that I'm getting ready to do is carousel pink. So it's a brighter pink. I've been working on Christmas store hanger orders this time of year. It gets kind of crazy. During the fall, you get to show all these different door hangers that you're doing, and then you hit Christmas and you don't get to share everything because you're working on Christmas gifts for some people. So you can't share. I'm like, "Oh man." I've been able to post a few though, so. All right, so I'm deciding that I cannot do uh, real well with my pinwheels when I'm not looking right down upon it because my pinwheels are getting funnier looking as I'm trying to get them up there. All right, let's see. Pink, pink. Okay, one more pink. See if I can get this one to do right since it's closer to me. I'll have to come back later and put some darker coats on this or a second coat on all of this. That way it'll stand out a little more. The red, of course, you can see. Hey, Miss Sabrina. Aw, thank you. I think the little gingerbread house is very cute. I have gingerbread lights, colored lights that I put on the house. It's the multicolored, but it has I think they're actually gingerbread theme, I think is what they're called. They're icicle lights. But when I saw this, I was like, oh man, I need this for my front porch. So that way it'll go with my little gingerbread lights. So I'm excited to see how this one turns out when I get through with all of the different highlights and everything. All right, so we started our little peppermints. We've got the candy canes on the door and the candy canes on the side, and we've started our peppermints. The last color I'm going to do is going to be this purple. Now, this purple is called Purple Rain. So, all of you 80s children out there, uh, I know what song you'll be singing for the rest of the night. Everybody grab your lighter your lighter app because we don't actually use real lighters anymore when we go to concerts, right? We just all grab our cell phones. I actually had one of the lighters, they had an app you could actually download, and I downloaded the app and played with the played with the different lighters. You could change the case and all that good stuff. I was like, this is crazy. The things they come up with. All right, so we're going to have some purple peppermints. I don't know, has anybody ever seen purple peppermints? I know I've seen green and of course red. Um, seems like there's another color, but I can't recall what right now. But has anybody seen purple or any other color peppermints? Like I said, I know they have red and they have green. All right, so I'm just trying to get the pinwheels done here. Ah, and not get them too far off. There's some of them that are not, of course, I mean, not all candy is perfect when it comes out of the candy machine, but still, I like it to look, similar, like it's part of the peppermint family. And some of these I'm not so sure about. Well, what it is I don't know what it is about the top ones. Normally I would spin it around and paint it. So maybe that's my issue. I try to keep it upright when I'm doing Facebook Live so that way it's not getting turned all different directions. I have had to do a few where I had to spin them around in order to get to them because they were so big. Okay, I'll have to go back and put second coats on all of these little colors because they're still a little see-through. You can see through a little bit, but it's not too bad. All right, so what I'm gonna do now while I have my little round brush here, and again, this is the smallest one. It's like a 2 or 3, so it's pretty tiny. But I'm gonna take it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put some sprinkles. Everybody likes sprinkles, right? I'm gonna put some sprinkles on my gingerbread house. Not everywhere, just in a few places. I'm gonna start down here at the bottom, and what I'm gonna do, just make sure I've got the brush, pretty good bit of paint on the brush where the bristles are covered pretty much all the way. And I'm just gonna lay my brush, try not to, that's what I didn't do. I need to pull it just a little bit. I've done sprinkles once before and I had a longer brush and I could just lay it down. But with this one, I'm gonna have to lay down and pull it just a little bit to make the sprinkles. So all I'm doing is just putting sprinkles along the bottom, and I'm using the same colors that I used in my peppermints. Now I'm not going to put sprinkles on the roof. I'm just going to put sprinkles in a couple of places. I'm about to run out of my pink here. All right, so get just another dot of pink, and I'm going to put some sprinkles up here on top of the chimney. I'm going to move him down just a little bit, and then that way I can reach a little better and maybe not get paint all over me. So as you can see, I'm laying the brush down on its side, and what I'm doing is pulling just a little bit just to make the sprinkle. Probably can extend that one just a little more. And again, I'm trying not to get my shirt all in paint. All right, and then I'm going to add some sprinkles here. Like I said, I'm not going to do it all over. I'm not going to put it on the roof because on the roof I've got peppermints. But I am going to add some sprinkles in just a couple of places. All right, so there's pink. And now I'm going to add in some sweet mint. I'll start on the chimney this time. And sometimes we have big sprinkles and sometimes we have little sprinkles. And then I'm going to shift him back up just a little and add some sprinkles to the bottom. And I'm almost out of paint for my mint color. Just adding some on the bottom. Maybe add one more up on the chimney top. And maybe another one here above the door. And I think I've got enough on the bottom part here. Okay, now we'll go to our purple. And add some purple sprinkles. And since I didn't use white for the icing, what I may do is add in some white sprinkles. Just to give it a little bit of a variation in color. Maybe add one more purple one over here. And then we'll add some to our chimney top. The last time I did sprinkles, I did them on or I placed them on a um, birthday cake door hanger. But I used a little bit bigger brush, round tip brush when I did that. So it made a difference. Okay, now I'm going to add just a few white sprinkles, not too many. I think they'll look good on our pink background. That's a fat sprinkle. You have to watch when you press down. I pressed down just a little too hard on him. Or I have too much paint in the brush, one of the two. Okay, now to add a few white to the top of our little porch entrance here. And then move down to the bottom. Make that one just a little bit bigger. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is just start outlining because I think I can get that done. I will have to go back and add, did I keep my chocolate? Yes, I did. I kept the chocolate out. So I tell you what, before I go much further, I knew that was going to need another little bit of paint, and I think I did it with this brush. I just did like a little chocolate drizzle on the chimney, just so he'd be a little different from the house part. And then I painted the door chocolate. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is do some outlining with the black paint pen and just get everything outlined really well. I still have to do a little bit of a touch up on the door. The door needs to be gone over one more time. And then the reds on my candy canes and the colors on the little peppermints will have to be gone over again. That way, everything will be nice and bold and will stand out once I put the finishing seal coat on it. So, all right, let's start outlining a little bit and it will start to take shape. So let's see how this looks. Just going to go around our icing edges here. Now what you see in the background is actually the Sharpie marker from where I traced out the original outlines. So some of that got painted over, but that's okay because it was just for the purpose of an outline, and then I'll come back and finish it off with um, actually doing the paint pen. Sometimes I'll go over it twice, so that way it has a bold outline to it. Also, that works well for covering up any little areas that I might not have completely stayed in the lines. Or if I'm trying to cover up the Sharpie marker from where I outlined it. You could also use black paint and a round tip brush to do this. Takes a little longer when you do it that way. I like to do that on some door hangers. It just depends on the door hanger and what I want the look to be. Okay, now I'm going to start at the top, then I'm going to come down. Catching the line that did separate, and I just drug my finger through the chocolate color. Well, that wasn't very good. I'll have to go back and touch that up. All right, so bring that around, and then I'm going to come down this side of my roof line and around. Sometimes you'll notice the paint pen will kind of thin out, and so what I'll do first, I'll put the cap back on it and shake it up a little bit, and then see if that fixes it. If not, sometimes you have to go back and prime it again. Okay, I'm going to get the roof line here. Again, I stuck my finger in the chocolate, dark chocolate paint. Afraid I'm going to knock that over. Slide him over a little bit. Must be a little knot like or hiccup there in the wood. It's not wanting to go around very well. That's okay. My paint pen is not wanting to cooperate too well. Let's see here. Make sure I don't have any paint on the tip. Oh, I do. A little bit of white. It's probably from that little sprinkle up there. All right, now I'm going to go just around the edge of my peppermints. Just outlining them. Then I'm going to outline the windows. And outline our little icing that's accumulated on the little porch here, little overhang, or the snow, our icing snow that has accumulated. All right, now I'm going to go around the outside of our candy canes. And get them highlighted a little bit where they'll stand out. Now the gumdrops I need to do one more coat on, and the door I need to do another coat on. So I'm going to wait on that, but I'm going to finish the outline here and over here. And then take care of these windows. See if I can get that filled in just a little bit more. And then our other window. All right, I have one more window to get squared away. And I may go ahead and try and touch up the purple and the sweet mint, so that way I can get that outlined. There was so much to this one, I knew we would have to do it in 2 parts in order to get it done for a Facebook Live. When you've got something with this much detail, it's just hard to do in one sitting. I'm going to go around the edge of the bottom part here. And get that squared away. Okay, I'm going to try pretty quick here to touch up the purple and the mint, see if I can get it darkened up where it just needed one more coat to finish it out. Then we'll go around it. Since I've got the purple, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to highlight or second coat my little peppermints real quick. And then that way, all I'll have to do is put my little highlight marks on them, and they will be all through. And then all we'll have to do to our little gingerbread house is get it seal coated, and it'll be ready to hang on the front porch. While I have the thin brush or the little brush here, we'll go ahead and do the sweet mint ones one more time, and then I'll get the thicker brush and finish out the little awning over our doorway. All right, grab my bigger brush and get these two coated. Pink. Pink is the last one I need to touch up on my peppermints. Get my little pink pinwheels filled in a little better. That poor little pinwheel peppermint up top. I just did not do very well on his little pinwheels. Okay. Still have the candy canes that I need to touch up, and I do I still have a little bit of chocolate left? Chocolate brown. Need to finish touching up the door. It's just a little bit uneven in some spots, so get it evened out so that way it doesn't look like I missed a spot. While it's drying, I'll go back and put the dark outlines around the little cover over the door. Okay, let's see if we can get this done. Finish our highlight, our outline here. Then we're going to do just a few little highlights. Connect the door there, or the entranceway, I guess we should say. That's still a little bit wet, and I still see some wet spots there. I know what I need to do. I need to outline our chimney here. So we'll get that done. Now I know the windows are good and dry. Oh, look, speaking of windows, I missed a window. Make that just a little bit fatter. Okay, I'm going to touch up the red on the candy canes here in a little bit, and so I will finish adding the outlines on them in just a little bit. All right, so we're going to put some highlight marks here and here, and then, of course, along our chimney. And then we need some here. And of course, on our windows. And let's see, in our windows. So let's put one there and there, one there, and then here, we're just going to go all the way around and put one there. Now, I'll need to add some to our peppermints. Let's see if this will work. Still a little bit wet. I may have to wait just a little bit before I can add highlights to our peppermints. Okay, what else do I need to add to? Well, okay, it's dry. There. Oh, and I forgot here. Okay, so the main thing that's left as far as highlight marks is our peppermints. I'm going to let them dry before I add those in. Forgot to go around my door. Let's get the door done, and then we can step back and look and see if there's anything else other than our highlights once the peppermint's dry. I feel like this should have a doorknob. I know that may sound strange. It's a door. It needs a doorknob. All right, I'm going to give it a doorknob. That's just the way I am. It needs a doorknob or a door handle or something. Okay. Yes, I'll sleep better tonight knowing that the gingerbread house has a door handle to it now. All right, so there is our gingerbread house. I'm going to go back and put in highlights on the peppermints once the paint is going to dry. So, and then I need to darken up my candy canes just a little bit. But that's what it looks like. That's our peppermint house, our gingerbread house, all finished up. Thank you for joining me for the last couple of weeks as we worked on this. Again, as we're rounding out Thanksgiving weekend, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you have a good week ahead. Don't forget that orders open up again this week for paint party boxes. And then also still working on Christmas door hangers. And that could be a gift for yourself or maybe someone that you know on your list that likes to decorate their front door. Or I do have some porch sitters if you're looking for something that's not Christmassy themed. And then, of course, oh goodness, we've got snowmen, and then if you're thinking ahead to spring, we've got spring flowers. Just text me or message me, and I can help you find something that you're looking for maybe that one person that you're not really sure what to get them for a gift. So, have a great week. Thanks so much for watching.